Hey there! Today I'm going to show you all the different reading trackers and challenges that I plan to do in the year 2025. This is the title page with all this potential blank space to fill in my aesthetic, and we also have these coloring templates that I can use to bring out the vibrant colors in this page and make my journal pop. The first spread is this reading tracker, which is fairly basic and can be used standalone in any journals. It has the space to write the title of the book and the author of the book. And then I get to rate the book out of 5. And once I am done reading a book, I get to color in the spine of the book. On top of the bookshelf, there are 24 sections. So as long as I'm reading 2 books a month, I get to fill in the entire bookshelf on the top. And after I'm done reading it, at the end of each month I get to decide which was my favorite book of the month, and I get to write it down here, and all my book of the months will compete until the final showdown, where I get to decide which was my most favorite title of the book of the year 2025. So that's the reading tracker. Next is my Sundoku. Now, Sundoku is a very popular term. It means a pile of books that have been bought but remain unread or half read. And so this is where we write the name of all our books in the Sundoku. Hopefully yours won't be taller or longer than this. And as you go through the year, you can fill in the color as you finish reading the book. Similarly, there is a distinction between Sundoku and a to be read list, in the way that a to be read pile does not necessarily belong to you yet, but you write the names of your wish list of to be read in the spines, and then you color them in along the year as you finish reading them. And so these are 2 spreads that I'm really excited to fill out, and I'm going to be filling out the titles before the year begins. Next, I have this reading spread of developing the reading habit, where I basically write down my goal of reading 20 minutes a day. You can have your own goal, and then you write down the starting date and the reward you get if you finish this whole thing. You can write down the date on one side of the page and the amount of minutes that you've read on the other side of the page, and then you can color it in if you like, or you can leave it as it is. So this will really help in habituating a person into reading. Next is the Booker Books Reading Challenge, and here I basically write all the Man Booker Prize winner books that I read, and if there is not enough space, I just write the titles, or if there is too much space, I write the name of the title on one side and the name of the author on the other side, or I can simply write the titles and then maybe in the second book I write the quotes. The world is your oyster. I get to fill in colors as well as I like and build my aesthetic around it. Next is the Nobel Prize winning books challenge, which is basically reading as many Nobel Prize winners as I can. This has much lesser space because I find Nobel Prize winners a bit more tedious to read. So there's this third section where you can still fill up the Nobel Prize winners, or you can write the favorite quotes and lines from the books that you have read. So this is also something that I'm excited for. Next is the reading tracker that I have been using in the past year, and it's basically you write the name of the titles of the book in the spines and color it up as you read through the year. This you can use standalone, and you can eventually at the end of the year, once you finish filling it up, get it framed, and it will make for a wonderful wall art in your library. It has these potted plants and lamps and pen stands. It's a wonderful spread. I really like it, and it comes out really vibrant at the end of the year. Next is another bookshelf, which is the Reese's Book Club, which is very popular on Instagram. I've been following her for a while. Reese Witherspoon has the best recommendation for all the different books to be read, and so I just wanted to make this dedicated spread for that. So I'll write the name of the books that I wish to read through the year on the spine, and I'll color them in as I go along. And this is also something that I get to frame and put up on my library bookshelf as a wall art. So yeah, that's it. And next we have two bingo challenges, which are basically games. First is the basic bingo challenge, where you basically do the most basic reading, like read a poem or read a short novella, and then you get to cross off a square. And once you getting 5 across or 5 diagonally or 5 in a column, so then you get the reward that you have decided, and you get to write the start date. So basically you have to finish this within a month. And the next one is the book bingo. So basic reading and book bingo are different only in the way that book bingo is a little more specific. For example, something like read a book with a yellow cover on it or something like that. You'll find it when you have it. And all these different spreads are something you can get online. I've linked it in the description below. And so these book bingos are something I'm also excited to play, but not mandatory. This is the book genre challenge, and I've written down all the different genres that I could think of: fantasy, science fiction, horror. And you get to write the name of the title at the beginning of the year or as you go along, whenever you want, and you color the book up as you finish reading that genre. Next one is quotes to remember. And I have realized that when you do have a page specifically dedicated to quotes to remember and lines that you have loved, then you actually tend to remember more lines or make it a point to notice them more often, and then you write it down and then you recollect them also very easily as you have these spreads in your journal. And they are very pretty with all these botanical details, and when you color them up they look really good. Finally, we have two difficult challenges. One is 30 books in a month challenge. Now for this you have to have a lot of prep, and I'm going to be trying to do this all through the year. You write the titles and the name of the books beforehand, that you are going to be able to finish one in a day, and you write the name of the titles, and as you go along finishing them you can fill them up with colors. So that is basically the 30 books in a month challenge. I hope to do this year, and I have built half the pile up yet, but not completely. I don't have 30 books that I think I'll be able to read one in a day. So once I'm done with that, you'll see me do this challenge this year. And also this is a bit unrealistic of reading 100 books in a year, but so this is 100 book challenge. It's not necessary to finish these challenges in 1 year, but it's good to do so and good to aim high is what I think. So in these 100 book challenge layout, as you finish reading each book you just color it in, maybe write the date in small fonts, and yeah, that's it. You get to know how much time it took to finish the entire 100 books reading challenge. So these are all the different pages. There are also 2 additional pages where you get to rate your reads and stick in the cover of the book in mini printout fashion. So overall there are 20 pages of reading trackers and challenges and games and notes and habit builders and coloring pages. So this is a very wholesome reading journal that I have curated here. In addition to this, there are a whole bunch of different journaling pages that I have that can go along with the reading trackers in the reading genre. So I will be listing them out in other videos, and you'll be able to download all these pages from the link in the description below. These are digitally downloadable pages that you can print out as many times as you like and build your own journal, customized to your own liking. And I will see you next time with even more creative pages. Bye.